Hey viewers, how's it going? Welcome back to the Metal Motors 92i8 channel, but please call me Metal. What we are looking at today is information that was removed on the DOJ website about child sex trafficking. Yes, you heard that correctly. The Department of Justice actually removed vital information about child sex trafficking on the website. To be more specific, they removed 3 sections on the website. They removed the international sex trafficking of minors, the domestic sex trafficking of minors, and child victims of prostitution sections. 3 absolutely important sections I think would have you questioning the reason for the removal in the first place. Alright, I have a lot to say about this, but let me start off by saying that this feels evil to me. Evil! Alright? I just it makes me feel like something is going on here, alright? I'm not exactly sure what, but you can't tell me there isn't something sus going on here, alright? Now, they removed the sections on May 12th of this year, so actually fairly recently. I actually discovered this case from a YouTuber I frequently watch called Poncho. Shout out to him, by the way. Thank you, bro, for being another inspiration for me to make this channel. But anyways, after watching his video covering this topic, I had a lot to say about it because for one, I don't like Joe Biden or his administration at all. I established that previously in my video on Mike Pence exposing himself. Go check that video out. But also one thing Poncho said about this is how it happened during the during the Sound of Freedom's release. Well, I checked the Wayback Machine. It turns out they removed the sections before the trailer was even released. So I'm not too sure why they removed them because it was so quiet that basically it was only a month or so later when it came into light in the media. Actually, it was only about a couple weeks until the news report I'm about to show you guys came out, and I've seen a few others that are somewhat more recent, but whatever, right? Anyway, Poncho mentioned how the media has been trashing on the movie Sound of Freedom for some stupid reasons, and this whole DOJ fiasco both basically have some kind of connection. I don't know how true that is, but it very well may be so. I mean, given some of the other stuff I'm not going to get into, maybe in another video, I really wouldn't be surprised because, like I said, this feels very evil and highly suspect. So here's the news report covering this whole BS.
Meanwhile, here's what else is happening in the United States. The US Department of Justice's website has been revised. Now, revisions are generally done to add something crucial or to remove an element which may no longer be of concern. But the government has erased content on child sex trafficking. You heard that right. They have removed a number of concerns on international sex trafficking of minors. Does America realize that child sex trafficking is a major concern?
I really would have liked to have think so, but apparently not.
What really is going on? Let me break it down for you. The Department of Justice's webpage is meant to explain what constitutes child sex trafficking and what the US is doing to combat the crime.
Again, I would have liked to have thought so, but it seems like some weird shit is going on.
The website went through several revisions. So what exactly has been removed is what you're wondering. Well, you will no longer see 3 crucial sections of the website: the international sex trafficking of minors section, the domestic sex trafficking of minors, and the child victims of prostitution section. The question that arises is, why have the sections been removed in the first place? You see, the webpage belongs to the criminal division of the Department of Justice. It outlines the crucial parts of the department's child exploitation and obscenity services. This means that the website lets people know how the country is fighting against child trafficking. It still remains unclear why the content was removed. Let's just tell you what the now deleted sections contained. The international sex trafficking section said, and I'm quoting, "This form of sex trafficking is a problem in the United States, and recovered victims originate from all over the world, including less developed areas like South and Southeast Asia, Central America, and South America, to more developed areas such as Western Europe." The domestic sex trafficking section raised its own issues. It read that the US faces a problem of foreign victims trafficked into the country. But that's not all. It is a homegrown problem where children are being exploited for commercial sex.
Okay, the fact that they removed information on international sex trafficking is sus enough, but where I think it really gets sus is when they get to what they removed alongside the whole domestic child sex trafficking section. Here's the thing, I've heard a lot of stories about domestic child sex trafficking. I mean, there's people who personally dealt with it firsthand while rescuing a victim of it, and there's also a ton of conservatives saying it has something to do with our border, which may be true. I'll have to look into that more, but you know how that is. Maybe I'll tell other videos of topics covering everything I said here, but alright, as you guys notice, this is a much more serious video compared to my previous ones, and for good reason. I'm talking about a sensitive topic that nobody wants to talk about, but it is important to do so because this is not just weird, but also highly suspicious, like something really evil is going on. Also, for the secret word of the day, comment evil down below and you'll get a free heart. Anyways, yeah, this feels very suspicious, like Joe Biden and his administration are a part of something. I'm not entirely sure, but I'll do my research. I will say, however, I wouldn't be surprised at all if he was, given everything that's been going on lately.
The child victims of prostitution section, meanwhile, called out the issue of traffickers. Pimps are known to sexually exploit children through street prostitution. Locations like adult nightclubs, illegal brothels, sex parties, hotel rooms are used for prostitution across the country. So why is America erasing such information which citizens need to know? Why hide what the country is going through?
Maybe because Joe Biden and his administration, as well as many other government members and other types of powerful people, are a part of some organized crime or something. I don't know. It's not that unreasonable to think, especially with how there were politicians and other types of government officials, very notably police officers, under the payroll of criminal organizations in history, and still do to this day. Excuse me, I needed to take a breather there.
Parts of the US are also taking strange measures against human trafficking, measures like blocking punishment for human traffickers. I'm talking about California here. The California Assembly blocked a bill that would increase the charges for human trafficking. The Assembly was urged to consider child trafficking as a serious felony. You see, as of now, California considers crimes like murder, rape, or any other crime which may incur the death penalty or life sentence as a serious felony. But instead of upping the ante on child traffickers, the California Assembly Public Safety Committee nuked the measure. Can you believe that?
I honestly can't believe it wasn't a felony in the first place. Like, what the heck was California doing this whole time? It's truly unbelievable to me that this horrific crime wasn't a felony in the first place. At this point, it's like, it's hard not to think something is going on here. I mean, for one, California is notorious for its crime rates. It has been for many years at this point. Now, I'm not entirely sure if these are correlated, but it wouldn't come off as a surprise to me either. Let me know in the comment sections below what you think about that.
Some officials, in fact, have spoken out against the controversial move. The California GOP chairwoman, Jessica Milan Patterson, says, and I'm quoting, "You know you are on the wrong side of an issue when you deliver a win for human traffickers." Democrats on the Public Safety Committee proved they have no intention of protecting the lives of Californians, let alone protecting innocent children from the horrors of human trafficking.
Well, I don't know much, if anything at all, about her, but I have to say she's entirely right about this. And it's honestly sad when I see myself in agreement with a Republican politician, given the people in that party aren't that good either. But when someone, regardless of whatever label possible, says something like this that I agree on, I have no choice but to agree with them.
Meanwhile, in Florida, officials are urging Zuckerberg to explain the human trafficking occurring across Meta platforms. Reports say pedophiles are using the metaverse to sexually exploit children. Studies show that From 2019 to 2022, Facebook was the top platform used for recruiting human trafficking victims. In fact, nearly 53% of traffickers used the internet to solicit buyers of commercial sex. Is the US taking the issue of child sex trafficking a little too lightly?
I would say yes. No. In fact, I'd say they are taking this way too lightly. Whatever is going on here, that is the one thing certain here.
Why would the government try and suppress information on the crucial issue? We will be following the developments very closely.
That is an extremely valid question. Seriously, why in the hell would they deliberately suppress vital information? I'm not going to get into all the possible reasons why because I feel like I did that already. But seriously, I know I keep saying this, but I really feel like something evil is going on here, whatever that is. Like they actually remove things people such as concerned parents or just caring parents in general would want to know, and they did it so quietly to make matters worse. This is legitimately scary in so many ways. And if you want proof that this information was removed, take a look at the website now and take a look at this capture from April 21st, 2023 of the same website. So are you gonna call me a right-wing QAnon conspiracy theorist or whatever? That would just make you dumb because child sex trafficking has existed long before QAnon has even been established. So to actually insult people for speaking out against this heinous crime tells me that you are actually sick and twisted in the head. Like, I don't know what else to say. Anyways, that'll be all for today. Be sure to like and subscribe. Also, go to my Instagram to submit a story through DMs and check out my Patreon to get certain perks on the channel and to support me further as a creator. The links for those will both be on my channel page because, as mentioned in previous videos, but for those new to the channel, I need at least 1,000 subscribers in order to put links in the description. Have a wonderful day or night and peace.